Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm a minute late getting here. 2 minutes, actually. Hope y'all didn't give up on us. I'm Stacy. We are Loving My Veteran, and this is Walking in My Shoes. Kind of a little organized. As you can see, we're still trying to get situated in the new house. It's been an interesting couple of days. I'm sure if y'all haven't seen that. Um, look at a few things here and get ourselves situated. Good morning, everybody. Um, I'm trying to do something different because I don't see your comments coming up this way. So I'm trying to watch it on the page at the same time so I can kind of see what's now. Maybe I will. There we go. I'm trying to do something different because I don't see your comment. Okay, so now that the volume's turned down. Good morning. Um, been an interesting couple of days, I think, for everybody. Just wanted to kind of give a shout out there. And thanks to those of you who responded to my post in the group um, and just uplifted me because that's what we're here for. This sense of community. It's just one of those things that we do here, and we are this great source of community. So now that things have kind of settled down, and we hoping they're kind of settling down, kind of see that happening. I want to talk about us for a little bit. The spouses, the caregivers, the other halves, the family, whatever. You know, we are such a strong group of people. Um, I don't think we're told that often enough. Just how strong we are, how tough we are, how resilient we are. I know that we. It's easy for us at times to sit back and say, we should change this, or we should change that, or if we change our approach, this is going to happen, or if we change our approach, that's going to happen. And I know you've heard me say that to you guys a lot, but the thing that I probably don't say often enough is you guys are amazing. You're strong. You have it. You're amazing. I don't think we realize sometimes what we do. Um, what y'all do on a daily basis. People don't get that. They've never walked in our shoes. And that's really kind of what the name of this became is you haven't walked in mine. I haven't walked in yours, but we share a lot of the same similarities. So being able to take a step back and realizing that we make mistakes, we have failures, we try and try and try, and nothing seems to go right. And so then we question our overall abilities and we question where we are. Um, it's normal, but we're stronger than we think. At the end of the day, we still can get up the next morning. We still can go forward. We have our meltdowns, we have our bad moments, we have our moments wanting to pull our hair out. We have the fact that we don't know how we can survive this or go on or do more. And what are we doing it for? You're stronger than you think. Being strong is so amazing. Even in amongst our tears, we're stronger than we think. And I think that that's something we all need to hear today. We are so strong. We are so tough. Does it mean we're tired? Yeah, there are days that we are physically exhausted from this process, but that we are just tough and we are so much stronger together. We are so much stronger as a community together. I had the most amazing day with Shauna yesterday. We just talked. It was just conversation. It was just being able to vent. It was just being able to share. It was just the little things, and our days were amazing. And that's what we do. We uplift each other and we empower each other, and we need that time where we realize that we're amazing in our own right. We're tough in our own right. We're stronger in our own right. There's a lady in our group and who watches these videos on a regular basis. And she's a gold star mom. A gold star mom. You get that title because your son took his life. And her resilience to being able to go on and share her stories and get up every morning, she's amazing. She's amazing. And while we don't know what the outcome of the next few months is going to be, and we don't know where the unrest is going to go, we're amazing. Our calm, our tears, our anger, our fight, that makes us amazing. Think about Shauna. You know, she has her veteran who has this PTSD and other issues. And she has three small kids. And just her fight to try to get one of them in school because of moving and shot records and the hoops she's got to go through, and being at home with three small kids who she's there with them 24/7, and her veteran comes in and he may be in a mood and they see it and she manages to hold it together. She's amazing. My friend who's on this site that we've become such good friends with, her veteran got in a very dark place and she became his advocate and stood up for him and said he needs real help, and the VA didn't offer what he needed, so she took him to an outside source, and she literally spent 24 hours in a locked emergency room psych ward where the guy next to him was throwing human poop, and she did it. She's amazing. The fact that in all your chaos, you can manage to cook dinner. I don't care if it's frozen pizza. It makes you amazing. Our strength, we don't even know where it comes from. There are days we don't know how we get out of bed. There are days we don't know how we're going to function, but we're amazing. Somewhere deep in us, we are amazing. On that day you just feel like I can't do it anymore, you're amazing. I look at Alex, who has struggled to keep her relationship with her veteran as he was getting out, and long distance relationship and working a new job and trying to communicate with a man who wouldn't communicate with her, and she stuck it out and she's done it on his terms, and they have a relationship, and on days Alex didn't feel like she could go on, she did. And Alex is, we're all amazing. We find this superhuman strength deep inside, and it makes us amazing. How we sit there and take the hurtful words and wake up the next morning and start over makes us amazing. The fact that we fight for the right therapy and we try to suggest the right therapy, the right help, and the right means. And we keep looking and we keep digging things up and we keep searching. Even when your gut says, I'm done, and your head says, why am I doing this? Why am I still here? And you do it because you people are amazing. When I was at the bottom yesterday, frustrated and wanted to ball up in a ball and cry, your comments were amazing. We are amazing. Think about my heart hurts so much for our veterans. And I'm not just talking about our current veterans. I grew up in Yorktown, Virginia. It's where the British troops surrendered to George Washington, gotta get me back right, to end the Revolutionary War, where our freedom was actually established as a country. And I can remember as a kid, we went to the visitor center, and there was this, you walked around, you saw the history and the artifacts, but there was this part of a ship. And before you went in it, you pushed a button and it told this story. And the story was from a young child, probably in his mid-teens. He lied about his age. And him and his buddy went and they fought for this country's freedom. His friend didn't. And the blood that was shed for this country to protect what became our Constitution. People like that are amazing. You go back and you look at all the veterans who fought so many wars. The guys at Pearl Harbor who who pulled their friends out and saved them. They're amazing. The guy who worked the kitchen and the chow line to make sure that the front troops were fed, they were amazing. And my heart broke for all of those people yesterday, not because of an election result, but because there's so much corrupt and so much hate and so much anger in a country that we're supposed to love. Our veterans are amazing. Their families that sat beside them and kissed their spouses goodbye while they deployed, not knowing if they were coming back or not, and managing to go through an 18-month deployment and keep their families sane, and not knowing exactly where their husband was or their wife was, and watching the news and seeing the bad things happen, they were amazing. That's what I'm empowered today. You guys said that I would see things in a different light today. I do. We're amazing. I have reached out to a friend and we were talking about Christmas and people not being able to afford Christmas and stuff. I get a message from her and it says, Stacy, I don't have the dollhouse you wanted anymore. And I said, well, it was just for a friend, need something for Christmas for kids. And she said, but if you ride uptown, I have a storage unit that I can't get everything out of. And I don't have time to deal with these toys that are in there, but there's probably 100,000 Barbies and toys in there. Go get it and repurpose it. Kathy was amazing. We all have our amazing moments. We all have our ability to be amazing. We all have this resilient strength that no matter what happens, we're amazing. We were given that right. Our veterans fought for that right to allow us to be amazing. And we're going to go forward with that same right and that same ability. I look at all of the pros and the cons, and I'm not buying into the politics. What scares me is we have spent the last 4 years really digging in to bringing veterans to the forefront on a national level and the problems that are created there. The Prevents Initiative and their task force. That is amazing project. But I don't want to see bipartisanism tear it apart because it was done under one administration. I don't care who wins. Just don't break a good thing. These people are amazing. They're bringing suicide of veterans and suicide across the country to the forefront. That initiative is amazing. I don't want to see it go away. And it won't as long as all of us lift up our amazing and say, we're done. We're done being mediocre. We're done rolling with the flow. Today, we're going to reach deep inside and pull out our amazings. Excuse me. Y'all are amazing. We have our amazings here. You are the ones who, unless you've lived this life, don't know what it's like. People don't get it. They don't understand it. They don't know what it's like to watch somebody they love devolve. They don't know what it's like to watch somebody they love so passionately turn on a dime. They don't know what it's like to have your child or your spouse feel like they can't go on and they overdose and die. And we do it day in and day out. And you are amazing. And you're strong and you're positive. And even when you feel like you are at your bottom, you find the strength to move forward. And you find the strength to uplift somebody else, like you guys did for me yesterday. And that makes you amazing. So, all of this nonsense can be going on in the world around us. All of this nonsense can be going on anywhere. It is up to us to let our amazing shine. We don't have to buy into it. We buy into ourselves. We invest in ourselves. We invest in the people we love. We invest in the things that are important to us. And we let our amazings win. That's what it's about. It's about taking this heart that we have that is so big and so full. Because if it wasn't big and it wasn't full, we wouldn't still be here doing what we do with our veterans. We wouldn't be part of a community who uplifts them, who fights for them, who supports them. But take this heart that you have and share that amazing with your neighbors. Share that amazing with your friends. Share that amazing in these groups. Share that amazing, and you'll find that you are so much better. And this world will be better. One man sitting in office is not going to change this world. You don't change things from the top down. You change them from the bottom. And it's us not buying into the games. Sorry, though. Not worrying about the politics today. Not worrying about the rest of it. Worrying about us and our home and our families and our children and our veterans and our mothers. We take that and we give our best to that. we take what we've given our best to, and we give it to a little bit on the outside, and then they learn to give their best. And then they learn to give their best. It's like the old commercial that most of you won't remember. It, do one here and so on and so on. And the little people with their little flippy white blonde hair just kept ending. That's what we do. We take the best of us, the amazing parts, and we share it with our loved ones, and then they share it with somebody else. From the bottom up, we become amazing again. Because I'm here to tell you, it wasn't George Washington who won the Revolutionary War. It was the Johnnies of this world who lied about their age. It was the thousands and thousands of Johnnies who lied about that won that revolution for us. When Katrina happened and devastated New Orleans, it wasn't the president who rebuilt it. It was neighbors helping neighbors rebuild. I have a friend who lives in Louisiana, and she has a friend who I've never met whose house was flooded and lost everything. And they were rebuilding, and she couldn't afford to go anywhere else. And so Wendy was sharing that story with me about her friend. And I happened to be at church one Sunday, and we had a substitute preacher. And as he started talking through his sermon, he said that he formed an organization that goes out and just rebuilds and helps people in a Christian community. They were looking for somebody in Louisiana to go help. And I said, hold on a minute. And right after church, I called Wendy and I said, hey, tell me about your friend and what do they need? And so we put in place my friend's friend and the substitute preacher, and he took 10 guys down there and they spent a week and they redid her home. That is taking the best of us and being amazing and rebuilding as a community from the ground up. It wasn't a president's directive that said, fix her house. It was the bottom saying we need help. That's where our amazing, that's where we realize we are stronger than we've ever been. Sometimes we have to get uncomfortable to learn how amazing we are. When we moved to this house and to any place Carl and I've ever been, the very first thing Carl does is hang our American flag. The very first thing he does is hang our flag. And what was amazing was in the new house in the little neighborhood, people stopped by and said, glad to meet you. Nice to see the flag hanging outside. It's those steps that make us as a country and as human beings amazing. I'm no longer letting an election or politics define me. I'm tired of watching the news and the corruptness and the hate and the anger. I don't have to hate people. I love them. And I'm going to take that love for people and pour it into my veteran and my family and my neighbors, because that is where love spreads and where we can become amazing again. I want to be the Johnnies of this world. I want to be the little boy who lied about his age, who stood against a mighty army and fought for what he believed in. I want to be that level. I don't want to be a leader. I don't want to be a superstar. I want to be the little kid who lied about his age, who fought for what he believed in. Amazing. And we can all be that. We can all be that level of amazing. You guys already are. You do it every day. You, when you're tiredest, at your weakest, at your most broken points, get up and face a new day because you're amazing. And sometimes we just need to hear we're amazing. And sometimes we just need to hear you got this. You have got this. You are amazing. And going forward, we'll continue to be a loving community who supports each other and uplifts our amazing. That's what we're going to do. That's what I'm going to do every day. I'm going to get out of bed, worst day of my life, and I'm going to find something positive to share with somebody else because that's what we do. I'm going to find my amazing. It may be buried and it may be tough to see at times, but I want you to use your amazings and remember that you are amazing and don't ever. So now that I've done my little pulpit thing today, sorry, y'all, I just had to get that out. I just really believe in that in all my heart that I want to be little Johnny. So to wrap things up today, 3 o'clock, we have a support meeting. It's just to talk. Links on the page. I'll share it again. It's the same one we use on Tuesday night. Do not forget that tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time is Let's Talk. Um, I would say it's an hour long. Yeah, good luck with that. Sometimes it goes longer, sometimes it doesn't. Hop on, bring your veterans. If you haven't been on, I encourage you. You have no idea how much fun we have and how raw and honest it is. And it kind of gives you insight into their lives because they are so interactive. It is not a therapy session. We don't judge each other there. We just talk. Um, about the struggles of being a dad, a parent, a spouse, how they drive us crazy. And we literally talk about how they drive us crazy in front of them so they kind of hear it. And then we also hear their views on why they drive us crazy and sometimes how their brain functions. And being able to have the guys together to just share is amazing as well. It's good for them, it's good for all of us. So Let's Talk is tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The Zoom link is up. I have a few things I have to do bright and early this morning. I will be back 4-3 and obviously get some stuff updated. There'll be all kinds of new stuff coming out because we don't know where quite things are going, but we're not going to stop fighting for what we believe in here. And we're not going to stop fighting for our veterans or our families, and especially those with PTSD, because we're going to get this word out. If I have to go knock on every door in the country and say, I'm Stacy, my veteran has PTSD, and it's time we get off of our tails and support them and the rest of these veterans who have it and their families. So I don't care how grassroots it is. I'll be like little Forrest Gump, where he ran until he couldn't run anymore. If I have to go knocking on every door in this country, so nobody's going to shut us up when it comes to supporting our veterans. It's just not going to happen. Um, I will try to get the newsletter out today. If you have not signed up on the website, we are finally kind of getting things together. Thank goodness for Shauna's input last night, coming and yesterday and visiting and helping me kind of get things situated here so we know where we're at and where we're going. Again, the group, if you're not a member of the group, join the group. We have so much fun there. I'll try to get all these links posted back the way they're supposed to be going forward today. Cameron will be putting his stuff out this week. Hopefully, I'm going to get him busy this weekend getting his stuff out from the kids' perspective. And do not forget August 2021, Orlando, for the PTSD convention conference. It is Positive Trumps Suicide and Depression. Um, Lineup is already amazing with people who will be there speaking and sessions that we can learn and break out. It is a family event. We will be staying at the Doubletree Orlando SeaWorld. We're working out discounted rooms and ticket prices now. The actual event won't be free to for y'all to come. It'll just be rooms, but we're working on discounted things now. There'll be all kinds of family things going on, so just encourage you to put that on your calendars. Um, and we'll be going to Orlando. I think that kind of wraps it up for me today. I will be back, hopefully with a little more organization behind me, so you don't have to see all the chaos. But it has been a great day. Thank y'all for being here for me. You have no idea how much your support means to me, um, and for each other. Have a blessed day, and I will talk to you at 3 Eastern Time.